Okay guys, this is the ThruNite TN12, the 2014 edition. So I believe this light is upgraded and it has a brighter output mode to it, and I'm really looking forward to checking this one out as well. I believe this is going to be what I go ahead and switch to right now for my EDC. First time handling one in person. Oh yeah, nice. Nice. So we have a user manual in here in the box, and there's the user manual. It's the TN12 2014. Have two spare O-rings in the baggie here, and a sheath that looks like it would work well. It's got a D-ring on there, and you could also wear this on your belt. And one thing I'm really liking right off the bat is this. I have been wanting and hoping for a light that would come out with a little bit smaller lanyard. The ones that normally I've been getting with lights are like 3 foot long, 4 foot long. I don't understand that. This looks awesome, and I actually probably will use this lanyard on. Alright guys, I just put a battery in this thing and I messed with it for a little bit, and I'm going to tell you guys, no joke, this is the absolute, my ultimate EDC light. No doubt about it. It's the perfect size. I'll get into that in a little bit. It's everything. The perfect shape, the brightness. And for this size of a flashlight, the top mode is 1050 lumens because it's using an XML2 U2 LED, the new one. And I'm going to talk about that for a little bit and how the light lets you see colors basically like they would to your eye in natural light. This thing is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and put a battery in here. One of the best things about this is it takes an 18650 rechargeable, or you can use the two CR123s, but I go with these. This is an Orbtronic. This and Panasonic and ThruNite make these that you can buy, and all three of those are good. Those are three that I've used. So we're going to put that in there and turn the tail cap on. I'm going to click it on, and there's your first mode, which is like a firefly mode. And in this mode right here, this lowest mode, it's 0.3 lumens, and you would have 1,585 hours of runtime. Okay, then to bump it up, what you're going to do is you're going to press this button on the side here. So we're going to press this button one time, and I don't want to point it directly to camera. I'll point it a little bit off like that. So now this would be 20 lumens for 74 hours, 280 lumens for 5 hours, 800 lumens for 1.5 hours, and then the highest, the big dog, which is 1,050 lumens, will last you 90 minutes. So there we go. Now, what's cool about this thing, no matter what mode you're in, from Firefly on up, holding this side switch button down that cycles through the modes for 1 second kicks on strobe in the 1,050 lumens, no matter where this light's at. So if you need to get to your strobe, and then one switch back will put you back. So let's say you're on the third setting there. No matter what brightness you have this light on, you're using it. Let's say you need to hurry up and get this thing on strobe. Just push it, and it goes to the highest lumen level strobe, and then one push and it goes back to the same mode that you were in. Okay, now I'm going to turn off the light for a couple seconds, and I'll turn it back on to show you that it also has memory and it saves the last mode I was in. Very, very important to me that the light stays on the mode that I had it in before, because I will find a happy medium that will benefit me on most occasions when I need the light, and I will leave the light on that mode, and I don't want to have to cycle through all 6 different levels of brightness every time I turn the light on. Okay, so it's a big, important thing for me. The only thing I could cite this light with, which isn't a criticism of how it works or the light output or anything like that, is I wish that the clip was like an oxide coated black, but that might, you know, also add to your price. So it's probably done like this to keep the price as low as possible. But I definitely will be using the clip on there for me when I use this light. I'm going to go ahead and kick it back down a little bit, but I will show you that it will tail stand like that. So you can set this up in a room and have it if you need light and you don't have lighting. This is waterproof, so you could literally submerge this in water. Maybe I'll do some testing on this. Guys, I think this is the perfect EDC light. I like a light that when I hold it, that I get a good grip like this, and the bezel comes out from the palm of my hand like that, about an inch. Okay, then back here where I can still reach this. Okay, to me, that's a good size light. The circumference of the light is perfect as well. I can wrap this in my fist to where my fingers are closed back down. So, and I believe also that because this light is not very wide, that it's going to be easier to carry in the pocket. And let's go ahead and test that right now. So for any of you guys out there that would wear a light in your front pocket, there it is. That's how it would ride in the front. For me, that's where my pocket knife's going to be. And I would have the light on me. I would have it right here. And over here at the corner. Oh yeah, this is awesome, guys. I'm not for sure the exact weight, but I can tell you this, I cannot even feel that it's there. I don't feel it pulling on the pants. It doesn't feel like it's sagging. The pocket's not bulging out around it. This is awesome. It's definitely over far enough and high enough that I'm not going to sit on this thing. And this is definitely, guys, from now on, this is my EDC, no doubt, every day. This is my EDC carry. All my other lights will be put aside now. I guarantee you this is going to be what I carry every day. 1,050 lumens out of a package this small. Let me go ahead and put it back in there again. I will be retiring my other lights. Look at that, it's just awesome. I can't even feel it's there. I don't even feel it. Like I can't even feel it. I can't even feel the weight of this thing pulling in the pocket or anything like that. This is just awesome, guys. There it is. Let me get this to focus in for you here. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to show you it has a smooth reflector. Get this to focus in again. There's that smooth reflector, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, this thing is everything I ever wanted in an EDC light and then some. Here I got it with the lanyard on it, and I think the lanyard is the perfect size. You can also, there's a thing on here so that you can change, you know, so if you put this on your wrist and you want to tighten this up, you can have it to where it's more secured on your wrist. I'll probably leave this little band just slip down here on the end. But this thing is really amazing. 1,050 lumens on high. And look at the size of the package we're talking about. Here I'll compare it to the 4/7 Quark 123. And the biggest downfall of this Quark 123 is that it will not accept 18650 batteries. You have to use two CR123As, which are very expensive. And the body of the light is not big enough to accept an 18650 like the ThruNite TN12, the 2014 edition. But you can see the actually the TN12 fits me a little better. This is a little bit, when I hold this like I normally would in my perfect grip when I need to use a light, the bezel is kind of into my palm there, which may affect some of the light output. So as you can see with the ThruNite here, the TN12, I got at least about a good inch coming through and still have my perfect grip on the back with my thumb where it needs to be, and still can make a fist around it. Okay, so I've got full control of the light with a complete fit, pretty much a complete fist around the light. Also, the beam is very clean and crisp. There's no artifacts whatsoever because of that smooth reflector that's in there. And this is an anti-reflective coated lens too. And it has reverse polarity protection. So if you put your batteries in, or your 18650 battery in backwards, you will not damage the light. On some lights you could break them or harm them if you do that. On this, you won't break it. In fact, when I first put the battery in, I put it in backwards, and it did nothing, just the light didn't come on. And then I put it back on. But the beam is very clean and smooth, no artifacts. You can see the hot spot there in the center, and it's pretty much, it looks to me like colors are very close to resembling what they look like in natural light, and that's very important to me with an LED. This does not have a blue cast to it, guys. Blue cast stuff to me is junk. You know, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but the cheaper LED lights and the cheap things you go get at Lowe's, and they're like $5 for an LED light, they're going to have this this big blue tint to it when you push it out there. This is pretty much showing these colors on this table and different things to my eye. It's very closely resembles what this would look like in natural lighting. Okay, so I'm not losing color like you do with some LEDs, and I've been noticing that with that new I can't think of the name. Where's the papers here? XML2U2 LED. Okay, I've got a few things with that light in there, and I've noticed that is definitely a good LED. It's getting warm right now, really getting warm. But that's on a 1050 lumens, and I could take it back down. Sorry about that, guys. My battery died, so I had to plug it in. But what I was saying was, I could take it back down to Firefly mode, and then your side button here, you hold it for about half a second, and it goes into full brightness strobe, max lumen strobe, no matter where the light mode is at. Then one push, and it takes you back to where you're at. Let's say you're on the third setting of brightness, and you go into strobe, one click, and you're back into that third setting of brightness. Turn off the light, put it in your pocket. Next day, whatever, you need the light, you pull it out. It stays, remains with memory on that same setting that you turned the light off in. Okay? This thing is just an awesome EDC light. Couldn't be happier with it. So this is the ThruNite TN12. Maybe I'll try to get you guys some beam shots. If any of you want or need some outdoor beam shots, I'll try to do the best I can. It's very hard for me to get beam shots, guys, with these kind of lights with my Canon camcorder, but I'll do my best if you'd like to see some outside beam shots of either one of these at night. So alright, guys, there you go. This little stainless steel one is a ThruNite T10S. So this is a single AA, and this here is definitely I'd have to say so far the best tactical everyday carry light that I've handled so far. And and guys, I do believe that I have the authority to say that right now with just having received this, because I know by the size and the shape and by the brightness modes, and I know how this thing will carry in my pocket just by the weight, how light it is, and by the size. I already know. But this is definitely my EDC carry. If anything changes, in my opinion, I'll let you know, and I will give you an update sometime on down the line. But definitely, if you want an awesome tactical EDC light that you can, that has a tactical strobe on it, which is a good deterrent. Don't underestimate a strobe, guys. If there's a situation going on and you need something, but you can't pull your gun, because it hasn't gotten to that point, but you're just feeling like something isn't right, well, this strobe is going to be very effective at night to someone on the street, even if there's ambient light around. and you know, this strobe isn't going to cause any harm to anyone that's going to be permanent or hospitalize them or anything like that. So if there was ever a questionable situation where you needed something, but yet you know, you couldn't pull your gun and brandish your gun, something like a strobe would be a deterrent. Because I mean, it's, you know, I turned this on, pointed it toward me, and I couldn't keep my eyes open when I was looking at it. You know, 1050 lumens strobing like that, you know, the camera's not going to pick it up right. But 1050 lumens strobing at you like that, it's going to be hard for you to see what you're trying to do. And the main thing is, what I would want to do is just get my face away from there. So don't underestimate the power of a strobe, guys, for maybe a first line of defense against something where you're just not feeling right about the situation, but you can't use pepper spray and you can't brandish a firearm. Alright guys, until next time, this is H4T, and I am out.